Every man has his techniques, and they're all different. And when you know mine, you'll be dead.
All right, I guess another long hiatus, and we're back. New episode of Dead Air Radio. Your host, Steve Fletch. I have my co-host here, Mitch Hartman. Mitch, how are you doing today?
I'm chilling, man. Things are good.
Excellent. So I guess we have a friend of the podcast on today, and I think we're just going to bullshit about whatever we decide to talk about today. So, fuck. And I just went over this too, and I'm going to fuck this up. But Nam Nguyen?
Nam Nguyen, technically.
Okay, there we go.
I usually introduce myself like Nam my Vietnam, right? It's like I figure it's easy to remember.
There you go.
All right. Yes.
That
So
doesn't
I
get
fucked
butchered.
that one up.
Nah,
Yeah,
I mean,
even with the
DOA
practice.
style.
Yeah.
one syllable, but a lot of ways to go about it, you know.
And I went every wrong way there. So I apologize.
No,
But, yeah.
don't be sorry.
Thanks for coming on. Mitch,
Yeah,
you
we've been
can
talking
start
about
this
this
one.
for a while. So I'm glad it finally lined up.
Big ups, y'all. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate connecting for sure.
We first met, right? The first time actually meeting was at a Decade in Albany.
Correct.
Yeah, Blue
And
Banks.
we were all, which is funny. Like the randomest, like I remember going there just like, we can go here before whatever. I know it's, a park, and we met up there.
Yeah,
Pretty
we
funny
were
that's
both
what we-
tripping because you were wearing a DOA shirt.
Is that
Yeah.
I was wearing a DOA shirt that trip?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so fun.
That's why we were like, oh, look at this. Like, who the hell, why this random...
That's so
Because I
dope.
think, was it even done? I think a DOA was done. Yeah, because I was wearing terror shit.
Yeah.
So it was
yeah,
definitely done at that point.
post DOA age. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we were like, that's so sick.
AD.
And then that was wild too, because you're friends with Tim, who
Mhm.
does the Bob shirt, who was from Mass, and so there was the whole lineage with the 8-Ball Park and everything. Yeah, random, sure.
Well, I didn't know Tim was from Massachusetts first.
I don't know if he was from there, but he was out there for a period. And I remember he had like a membership to the park and everything.
Sick.
He's
Okay.
from, fuck. He's not from Natick. He'd get mad if I said that. I don't think he's from Worcester. I fucking should just text him now, but he's from that. That's kind of Framingham.
Framingham, yeah.
So he's in that
right
area, right? Is Framingham, Natick, and something else over there?
Yeah, like Marlboro.
Yeah. Worcester's over there too.
A little bit more west. Yeah, but that's all Central Mass, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna say he's from Natick. I know he's gonna get pissed with that. So
That's what we do here.
nothing against Natick, but I gotta
It's
find this out now.
But yeah, so that's where we first linked. And it was funny that we had no idea who you were until we started talking, and we're like, oh, we've definitely interacted before and had no idea that we knew each other, which was kind of sick. But that's why I love those random weekends that bring everybody to a town.
Yeah.
It's like you meet so many random people those weekends.
It's funny too, is I'm pretty sure when I rolled up to Decade, I went to grab a tea, and I think Art of Drop illustrated it.
Yeah.
It was an illustration of the spot, the egg spot or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to grab an XL, and then I went to get a drink or something, and I came back, and she was like, "Oh, we just saw the last one." And then the last
I'm
one,
standing there holding it.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, "Oh man, he swooped in."
I slaked your tea.
Yo, but yeah, it was funny. But that was a good time, man. That was a wild collection to check out, or a collection of collections.
Yeah, it's almost like the show is one thing, but all the other stuff surrounding it is what makes that whole deal fun. It was I remember the Philly one, a ton of random people were in town, so it was you just saw people, you ran into people, you're like, why the hell are you in Philly right now?
Yeah. Did you go to the DC one back in the day?
I did.
Yeah, that's when I was there too.
Yeah, it's so funny. We definitely didn't know each other back then, because that was 2017 or some shit.
Right. It's funny. You're probably in the background of some photos or something, you know?
But yeah, dude, that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a picture of Jamal holding the big, the one at Exit, holding the big poster, and I'm just posted up right behind him.
What year was the DC one?
I think it was 2017.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because it was we went down, our whole crew went down, but then Rich Adler and Jimmy Chung and those guys were there, so they all came and hung out with us.
Another legend. Shout out Jimmy Chung.
Dude, fucking
I remember
best.
being hyped on the the DOA project with him. I had to grab a few of those.
Yes, dude, I love it. Yeah, I got one.
That was
I
that
got the
was
terror one right over my shoulder.
yeah, that was like it was like, oh, let me just ask, and then he's like, yeah, and I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. Like that was the fun stuff,
So sick.
and he was awesome about it. He was super easy to deal with. So, yeah, hyped I got to do that, and I'm hyped.
Have you
people
guys
are
ever
hyped.
met? Nam, have you guys ever met?
I think briefly at Decade.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Oh yeah, he was at the Albany one. That's right.
yes, yeah. Because I remember he was rocking some stuff from like Grade Select back in the day. I remember like some Boston had shown him love, and he was familiar with that whole.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was cool when he came back and like started skating. People definitely like hooked it up and like kind of looked out for him, which was awesome.
Yeah,
He deserves it, man. Like that dude came back swinging for sure.
yeah. Speed and style, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got me into the relearning like pop shells the right way. Like,
yeah. He's got a good one.
yeah,
So you grew up in the Boston area. That was when you started skating.
Yeah.
Was that?
yeah. I was born in Worcester, but grew up in Shrewsbury, which is like a suburb right outside Worcester. I went to high school there, and then moved back to Worcester after high school, and I've kind of been there since. Kind of split my time with New York and Worcester currently.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. You're like, because I just assumed you lived in New York
True.
with like working down here, and then I'd see you like every weekend in some different state or different city. I'm like, how the hell is he?
Yeah, definitely clocking miles. I guess it's like a New England thing. Just heading back on weekends, checking with my mom, checking in the guys, go skate, just balance out the city energy a bit.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Keep things grounded.
Yeah, you guys skate a ton, which I like. I love to see like what every weekend you're coming back to see like, oh, where'd they go this week? Or
That was funny. Yeah. Shout out JB and Quinn. It's Bruce, my weekend warriors.
yeah,
Yeah,
I skated with Quinn finally.
yeah.
All right. So you mentioned 8 Ball before, right? The skate park.
Yes.
So I guess being in the Massachusetts in the winters, was that the go-to park? Was there other stuff too, or was that pretty much?
There was a few, but at the time for me that was the go-to because of the shop Concrete Wave. So Concrete Wave was our shop in Worcester, and Brian, the owner, had kind of teamed up with the guy at 8 Ball. I think Dan Siegel is his name. So he like had the shop, and Dan had the park, I think. So 8 Ball was kind of like our park that we went to a lot. But True East was another heavy hitter, and definitely bred a lot of talent. Maximus was a little bit before my time.
That's the one I remember
hearing
time to
that
talk
one.
about that too, Maximus. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out Maximus though. That we only heard good things, but I never went.
Yeah, that was like us here. Like I caught the end of Cheapskates, but like after it had already kind of been cracking like that. Like after Eastern Exposure 2 and all that like crazy vert stuff and whatever. Like I caught the very tail end of it where like people weren't going there a lot, and then it was gone by like probably my second year, third year of skating.
Yeah, it's a tough business, man. I can't imagine running a park.
I don't know how any skate park stays in business.
Yeah, for real. Passion projects got to be,
Yeah, we had just heard rumors that the park that was here forever just got bought by some like scooter kids' parents or something. And we're like, oh, that's kind of crazy because it was like when it was open, it was only the scooter kids that would pay.
Yeah.
So they were the ones like keeping the lights on.
Right.
So we were always like, yeah, gotta be nice to the scooter kids because they're the only ones that are keeping this place open.
Maintain the income.
Yeah, because like no one that skated paid to ever skate those places.
I feel like it's similar here, maybe with some of the indoor parks. There's a lot of like roller skating and other things incorporated up there. I think one of the parks out here is big on biking too. Like BMX is huge in the winter.
Yeah.
So they got to diversify their bonds, I guess.
Hey, yeah, you gotta have people that are willing to pay.
That's always been the thing. I remember we had a park here called Oil City, and the skaters never pay. It was just one of those things. It was like the rollerbladers, or they had a lot of scooter kids back then. That was like big, and they would make their money with that because the skate kids were always trying to sneak in or not pay.
Yeah, I gotta think like, good.
No, they just don't last. Like it is crazy. Like these parks I don't have an indoor. Like we don't have anything. There's nothing here.
We have an indoor spot, but there's no indoor parks anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we're lucky in New England. I mean, there's a couple like last man standing situations. I think
Yeah.
the Edge Park in Taunton, it's been there forever.
Hmm.
Shout out Hive in Connecticut. The Hive Skate Park is kind of the preferred park for us, I think, in the winter.
Okay.
We like
Sick.
to go, but it's a little bit farther, being in Connecticut, so don't get to go as much. But that place is sick. Charlie's a good dude. We always try to support. So
Yeah, it was one of those things where like I would never pay, but I would always make sure I like bought drinks or bought grip always there or whatever I could just to kind of give some kind of something back to. It's like, yeah, I work at the shop, so I don't need to buy boards, but at the same time, like, I'll buy something just so I'm like not just taking and not giving anything back.
1,000. Yeah, it's cool now being a little older. Being able to like, yeah, like they have like a card that you can stamp for like a free entry after 6 things or something. It's like, oh no, that's cool, man. Like
Yeah,
we got you.
Appreciate it, but I don't need it.
Yeah, like I'm grateful for their service. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially now, once you don't have it, you're like, fuck, I just want to be able to skate. It's 18 degrees out. Like, I wish I had a park to go to.
Yeah. I feel that way a lot about this place, Subliminal. That was in Shrewsbury. That was the town I grew up in. It opened after I moved out of Shrewsbury, but it was, actually, he took it over. It was once called MSC. It was kind of like this, like the Hesh Park, and I think they got like caught living there or something. They got raided or something crazy,
Yeah, there's always some kind of weird side hustle with those parks.
I think like the sanitation department had to come because they were living kind of foul or something, And then actually one of the 8-Ball guys, Jay Moak, ended up taking it over and turned it into what was called Subliminal, which was prime, winter fun. I was kind of drinking a lot at the time. I didn't really go too much.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have real fond memories of that place, and it some really talented people grew up there.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I don't know. It's even like that indoor spot that I skate all the time here. It's like, I pay for my key every month for all year long, but it's like I probably only go 3 months out of the year, but it's still like the best $20 I spend a month, or whatever it comes out to when you break down like the yearly cost, just to be able to have that 3 or 4 months out of the year that I can go whenever I want. Because it's like when there's the other option is I can't skate at all because it's wet or snowy or whatever. Like I'll take the tiny spot that I pay all year for and never use.
And it's kind of cold outside too. I mean, you can hit like a parking garage maybe, but I mean, I'm old, I mean, I don't want to skate my bush.
I know there's no heat in that place, but we get the the portable generator or the propane thing going, and at least get a little heat. And then once you're skating, you kind of.
It's funny how that works when you get older. Like as a kid, you're like, I'll just shovel I don't care. And then it's like, yeah, it's kind of cold. There's always tomorrow, or
Yeah, the pavement is different when it's frozen or something. Oh man, it's sleeping sideways for a week,
So did you used to go down into Boston a lot to skate, like over the weekends or anything? Was that like when Copley was like the big spot? Or
Not really. We were kind of like, I guess like Worcester kids, like we didn't really get out to the city much. The one homie, Nate Keegan, was kind of like the one dude that would really, I guess, skate in Boston a lot and kind of left his mark, Nate was sick. I mean, he's
I know the name for sure.
Sick. Yeah,
it's super good.
But for us, I mean, we had taken a couple trips out there, but it was mostly Worcester.
Yeah, it's far enough that it's kind of, of a means of getting there.
Sure. And like things were a little bit clickier back then, maybe, it wasn't so like everyone had to be cool to everybody, egos and pride and areas, whatever it may be, But yeah, no, there was a few guys that I guess like bridged the gaps, I mean, Mike Graham was always in Boston killing it for a window of time, like the illest.
Yeah.
He's still killing it. I still see him fairly frequently in Attleboro at the Projects Park.
Nice.
Dope.
Yeah. He's like, if we pull up on a weekday, he'd be out here. Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
I love that when like you see these older guys, it's like they're still out skating, still getting it.
Yeah.
It's like Jason had a clip in Mayor's new video. And it's like, damn, dude, he's got to be like well over 50 at this point.
The spark,
Yeah, love it. Dude, Casey.
I mean, it's funny talking about 8-Ball. Actually, a couple of guys there, like maybe a little bit before my time, but like Graham's time, like Jimmy, Jeff, everybody, like they're all coming out to the park. Andrew, I've seen them. Yeah, it's funny. It's like things live on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many people still skating that it's kind of crazy. Like when if you look back from like when we were younger, like we saw somebody that was 25 or whatever, and like, damn, I can't believe it's so sick they still skate. Now it's like we know tons of people pushing 50 or in their 50s that are still skating like regularly.
Yeah, we laugh, man. It's like, I mean, you even like ourselves, you know, it's like I don't think I expected this of myself at this age at that time, you know. I mean, who knew what I thought, but definitely not this, you know.
Oh no, it's just like there was no possibility. Like like for me, I remember it was like Lance Mountain's 30. Like that was like that's an old skater. And then it was like Alva stuff, you know, and that's like unrelatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, all right, Lance Mountain and Cab, cool. Like those guys look like they're 90. Like that's skating when you're older, cool.
And they're pushing 30.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what was he now? Kickflipping tables at 50 or something? Or
yeah, right.
You know?
Dude, look at that Ron Allen. Like what Ron Allen's been doing. He's what, 56 or something?
He's 60 something, Mitch. He's got to be 60, 61.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's almost on Social Security.
That's funny. The homie used to call his one dude AARP. That was his nickname because he wasn't old, but he was always like acting old. So he was AARP.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. It's one of the best things with skating too is nicknames.
But yeah, it's funny. I mean, that culture definitely lives on, you know. I mean, at the park, you know, we get lookalikes. I mean, the doppelganger is one of the funniest things every week, you know, the things we see. You know, I mean, we had a guy that looked like Slash, the guitarist, you know, with the hat, the hair, the denim kit, you know. But even like skaters, you know, like we got a guy up in Hive. We were like, that's Cookie. You know, he had like a Burlington hat. He was like not missing any tricks and like doing all sorts of flip tricks on the hip and stuff. Yeah, it's just funny the way skating is, you know.
Yeah, there's always like here, look at fake this guy.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny talking about 8-Ball back in the day. Do you remember hearing about the Tom Penny?
I don't know that one's.
I don't know if Steve would remember that. There was a guy that I think he would only skate SXLs, a Tom Penny flipboard, and had like the mushroom cut at the time too, and like only do frontside flips, you know. But he was sick,
full imposter, but
yeah,
but could do it, you know. That's kind of awesome.
Did you have any doppelgangers by you, Mitch?
Shit, I can't think of any off the top of my head.
You know,
every kid out this way was a Chris Cole doppelganger.
It's amazing.
Was that really a thing?
Oh, dude, every kid had long hair, stupid bandana on, one of those Cobra hoodies.
Was omit a thing in your hood? Was that like valid?
Well, yeah, dude, they ran that shit hard.
That's incredible.
I mean, I did too. Like, I wore it for sure.
Okay.
Because it was like, we were already all hyped on LRG. So when it was like, oh, yeah, this is just LRG quality stuff with different logos and stuff. I'm like,
forgot about that. So it was LRG production.
Yeah, it was all through LRG's distribution. And then when Jonas passed away, I guess his wife just pulled the plug on it. She's like, this is not making money like it should, and just done. But I mean, I get it. Like, it had a bunch of seasons and didn't quite take off like they wanted to, and it's probably the best thing that could have happened. Shit was kind of like on its way out at that point anyway. Yeah, like I would have much rather been, you know, wearing LRG stuff, a little baggier, a little cleaner.
Did you save any of your omit gear?
Dude, there's the picture. I think it might be a Circa button up that might when we did like our wedding photos. I'm wearing the I think it's a Circa button up.
That's tight.
But yeah, I had a couple like, because they made like nice cut and sew like button ups and stuff. So I would wear those to work for years. I just cut the little tags off.
Yeah, I'm impressed you remember that. I forgot about that brand completely.
Yeah, because that was like Cole, but then it was like Kyle Frederick and Pat Hyde that does Vans out here now was the brand manager for it.
And was Kyle Frederick better than all of the other dudes? Was he better than Chris Cole?
I don't know if he was better than Cole because Cole could kind of do everything, but I don't know. They both kind of like, I don't know. It's like
even that we can have this
rubbed enough people the wrong way that it just did never work out for him.
He was super good.
Oh, dude, he he would skate that old school zero board, the John Alley board, and he would go to the park and like kick back nose bump the rail, and the board's nose was this big. It didn't even like have a nose.
Did he do the Galea, the nollie heel backlit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the nollie big heel backlit. Yeah,
big heel. Oh, okay. I was remembering. I
feel like he did nollie big spin backlip too, but I'm pretty sure he did the nollie big heel backlip too.
Yeah, my memory's fragmented, but.
Yeah, but no, he only had like one real part, and it was in like a local video, so I don't even know if a lot of people saw. But it was kind of one of the things when he moved to California and was like, he was in charge of the park at Black Box for a while, and just I think he got kind of stuck in like the not being a rider and being an employee, but they all kind of lived there and skated a ton.
Yeah,
they let us come skate the park a couple times.
True.
Brian Emmers worked there.
Dude, Sheffy worked there. I skated with Sheffy.
So sick.
Yeah. Dude, switch from board the rail, the like big legit rail they have on his launch break. Was that?
Yeah, probably was on a 7.5.
I don't know. I don't remember the board. But dude, he was ripping.
Yeah, he still does that. It's crazy.
I think lately, last night it was like a switch front feeble down like a 12-stair rail. And then he was like, yeah, 7.5, baby, or something crazy.
That's so sick. Because he's a big ass dude.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's funny. I remember they snuck us into like, because DC had bought half of the park and they moved like their giant vert ramp in there. So they snuck us in and we were like just running around. Like it was the end of the night. So we're just like running around and like jumping down the transitions.
Wow, man. Shout out Vert. Vert, I mean.
Dude, terrifying.
Yeah. We went to Tampa a couple years ago, just standing at the bottom of the ramp looking up. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, I've put my board on the vert ramp a few times and like looked down. No way. Nope, I can't do it. Like, there's no way I was committing, and I would just I knew I would get so broke off. There's no chance in hell I was doing it.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you were like they tried to make you do it at Woodward, Steve?
Yeah, at Woodward, I remember there was a foam pit. It was like the last year or second to last year we went, and they just got the foam pit, and our counselor wouldn't let us use the foam pit because he was like, yeah, you guys have to drop in on vert. And nobody did. Everybody's like, no, we're good. There was some French kid there who did. That was it. And he was like, all right, you guys don't use the foam pit. And we're like, yeah, whatever. And nobody would drop in.
Yeah, it probably did you a favor not getting a staph infection in that nasty ass foam pit.
I saw something about that recently, talking about how they have to like pull everything out and like disinfect it and throw it.
Yeah, it's so gross.
I'm like, they don't do that.
Exactly. You know they don't do it.
Yeah, like come on.
Oh, there's probably little kids who like pee in there. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because I didn't even go to a skate park for like the first 2 years of skating because there wasn't one. Like until our friends found out about cheapskates and like we went up there with somebody's dad drove us. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like we got the very tail end of that, but it was like, none of us had ever even touched a quarter pipe. It was all just like, oh, jump down these steps.
Yeah, street skating. But do you remember your first time going to cheapskates? Like, oh my God, this is a park. I'm here.
Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
The first time I went, I took Tom Boyle's helmet by accident.
The vert skater?
Yeah. And I like didn't know who he was, but like they told us like, oh yeah, if you sign this waiver, whatever, we take your picture. They give you this ID card, whatever, this whole long process. And like, all right, so you guys aren't 18, so you got to wear full pads. There's pads in this bucket over here. So everybody's padding up whatever they got, helmets. Somehow I didn't get a helmet, and there was a helmet sitting on the counter. So I just grabbed this helmet thinking like, oh yeah, it's whatever. And I start to walk in and he's like, hey! He's like, find one over there. That's mine. Like, come to find out he's like this fucking vert legend.
Yeah, I think he had a van shoe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And they were like tech kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd he ride for? New School? Yeah. Did you tell him like, I'm not buying your New School board, asshole?
No, dude, I was like pissing my pants. Like trying not to like, make waves, some dumbass kid.
That's funny. New School would have those like small ads in Thrasher, like in like the.
Yeah, I remember is the 8-ball board.
Yeah, this is off topic.
Another
Zimbabwe
one with like small advertisements. Mike Bell.
Didn't Shane skate for that too?
Right.
Did he?
Shane Heil skated for it.
Right.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
I was a freshman, I think the dude was a senior, but this dude Josh Charette from Shrewsbury was like, I had heard he skated for Zimbabwe, and I remember he grabbed my board and did like an ollie impossible, And I was like, oh my God, that was the coolest thing I ever saw in my life, you know?
Dude, we just talked about that the other day. The first time you see somebody do an impossible, it's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know what that is, but
Oh yeah, I can't do it. I saved my life.
that was cool as hell, though. Yeah,
Zimbabwe.
That's really funny.
random.
Yeah, right. Mike Bell, was that dude Kyle Vanderban Coor on it too?
Yo,
He passed
wild
away,
story
but-
about Kyle, right? He was on Acme, but I
Yes.
think he was on Zimbabwe before that. But I remember, again, I think I was like a junior or something, but my substitute teacher remembered Kyle.
Oh, no way.
He went to Shrewsbury High. And so
Yeah.
I remember he was in an Acme ad, and she was like, oh, I remember subbing a class when he was in it, you know? And it was, but yeah, that was a trip.
It's
That
so
was
crazy.
Yeah, and then he had moved to Texas after high school. When he came back, he was like kind of different. So I never really skated with him when he was like skating, you know? Yeah. But yeah, it was funny. The teacher recognized him. I think she was tripping seeing him like in print, you know? I mean,
Yeah, of course, because you're like, probably people telling him like, oh, you're never going to do anything with this skateboard shit. And it's like, oh, look, you're in a magazine.
National publication, you know?
Yeah, right.
And the video, Haka, I remember it was like an orange tape. Haka with 2 Ks. Yeah, I think he had like a little part in that. Yeah. Really dope frontside flips, I remember. I remember like, oh, this guy's cool.
Yeah,
Dude, that's where I met that dude, Dave Moyer, who lives here. He skated for New School back in the day. And like, he just came walking through a parking lot when we were all skating. And he had like, you know, typical like, you know, sponsored skater shit, like worked at the Foot Locker or whatever. He came through in like his Foot Locker gear, but then like, you know, took somebody's board and was doing like the coolest looking kickflip. Like, damn, who is this guy? You know, because like you never like somebody walks in and be like, yo, let me see your board. You're like, oh shit, here we go.
Right.
But it's a funny because I still see him now, you know, to this day. He's a sick like tattoo artist in the city now, but still rips.
What other Boston company? Sorry.
No. You're saying what other Boston
What
companies?
other Boston? Yeah. So there was Zimbabwe, right? There was, what was it? 3D was one, right? That was like a shop
I was
that.
about to say 3D clothing was sick. Rest in peace, Matt. But
Yeah.
3D was tight, man. I mean, we used to love that video, messing around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the great part.
I remember
again. Like, did you see they were running tees? It was like 2018, 2017. They had like
something like, I do remember that.
Yeah. I was hyped to cop a few of those.
Yeah, you love to see that little shit come back. Like, oh yeah, look, you're gonna do another run. Like, I'll support that.
And especially when it seemed like the original people involved too, right? It's not like
Yeah, it's not just some guy bringing it back.
or a licensing deal or something, you know. It was
Yeah, exactly.
still from the heart, you know.
Yeah, like, oh, I held on to this thing and I'm gonna bring it back just to, you know, show it some love again or something.
Yeah, I mean, Boston companies though. A little bit later, I gotta say, Raw.
Yeah, say all that raw stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the impact was real for sure. Yeah,
And they had their own store too, then, right?
Yeah,
they
I
had
think
a
they had
store.
a few. The concept was dope. I thought they called it Assemble and Conquer, like A and C. Yeah, those dudes always had like really well thought out, like graphics and designs, man. Like the hardware was the Positive kit, so like Positive the shop logo, but like hardware, you know.
Yeah,
Even
smart.
though, I mean, I'm an Allen guy, but that was a dope application of the Phillips. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Right.
It's funny that came up on that terror trip we were on last weekend. I was like talking shit to somebody, and half of them were like, "What do you mean? I ride Phillips?" I'm like, "You guys are out of your goddamn minds."
No, it's funny. Yeah, Trevor checked me. I was at Seasons, and I was like, "Oh, let me get all the Allens you got." And he was like, "You care about that?" I'm like, "A lot, yeah."
Don't you?
I mean, yeah. But shout out Trevor and Seasons though. Always making my annual album experience a better one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bummed he was away hanging out with Steve when I was up there.
Well, yeah, y'all linked in. You were in North Carolina for the decade.
Yeah. So we went down. It was cool because he was there. Yeah, and Tim was like, you know, I guess he takes him now. They did chocolate together because he helps do the installs. So it was real
he
cool.
built all those walls for that Albany one.
Yeah.
I was so hyped when I saw that he went out to Cali to do the chocolate install. I'm like, we would always message each other about like it was like our favorite chocolate boards, you know. And I remember the one they retroed from Mike York. It was like a portrait with him and his dad.
Yeah.
like we would always talk about the ad with the nose grind. We're always like, oh, that's the freshest graphic. And I remember thinking, man, my man is out here like making the display for these boards. That was real cool. Yeah, it's funny. I remember when like dudes were kind of checking me at True East. That's where we first learned, like, oh yeah, like girl chocolate's the way, like yeah, girl chocolate world. That's where I first saw 20 Shot, because 20 Shot was like a little bit before my time. I think I had just missed Trilogy when I started skating, so it was like, man, just seeing those videos, at that park with dudes that skated like that too. It was like a revelation. I was like, oh, like that's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, but True East was sick. Yeah, True East. I was like, it started in Springfield actually, Western Mass, and then moved to Millbury, which is right next to Worcester. So we would occasionally take the ride out to Springfield, but back then, that's like an hour drive was kind of wild back then when you're in high school.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so getting out to Springfield was rare. We'd have basically wait for like if Brian would take us as like a team from the shop. He had this like funny van, some like pedal van or something, but it was got us around. You know what I mean? Yeah, hit up like New York, Springfield, a couple Boston trips, Philly. But yeah, once it was in Millbury, that's where things really popped off. A lot of local guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny talking about that chocolate stuff. Like Tony hit me the other day because he's like, "Is your boy skating like an OG Mike York chocolate board?"
Yeah,
and I was
funny.
like,
Shout out Seth Cheeks. The homie knew I skate 7.5s, and he had some spares, and he sent me like a couple. It was like the Mike York, a Chico, something like that.
"Oh, so they're like OG boards?"
No, I mean like the retros.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But still, yeah.
Yeah, it's sick that you found them.
7.5s, you got to take what you can get. That's a rare.
Oh, totally.
Especially in the wild.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I was cracking up. He's like, is your boy making like some girl collector cry right now?
No, I mean the shapes were probably still a little bit better back then. I feel like the new shapes like are cool, but they're not like exactly the same. Like
it's not the same.
Yeah. It's like they're cool. They're flat. They're skinny, but it's not like the ponytail.
Yeah.
Not as pointy nose. Like the old Sheffian guys. It's not like that shape. But
even if it's PS Sticks Woods, it's still not the same. Different chemicals back then. They had different stuff. It still was. Yeah.
Components. Everything's different.
Yeah, I remember telling Angel when we were going to make those boards for you.
Oh, man.
Like, dude, you got to make these in 7.5. Like, he was like, really? Like, you mean 7.5? And I'm like, yeah, man, he rides 7.5.
Man, thank you guys again for that, too. Yo. That was super tight. I think.
Oh, of course.
I bought an 8 for a wall hanger, and then I took the 7.5 to Vietnam. I skated that. I set up
that's awesome.
In Vietnam, when I went to Hanoi. So that was super dope. It was funny, too, because the way the heat transfer, you could tell it was not created for 7.5. I think
we're doing our best.
Yeah, no, totally. But yeah, shout out that generator wood. That shit stayed nice for a while. Yeah.
So I guess we can kind of move along a little bit into the future of like, so how long have you been at 18 East?
Oh man, I've been there since like I think either 20 or 21. That's crazy. I don't remember, but it'll be about 6 years.
Yeah, because I was gonna say by the time we met, you had already been there.
Yeah. I was pretty early on in the game. Came out, which is cool. Kind of helped establish myself and hopefully have a meaningful impact on the brand. I came on board and helped get things rolling.
Yeah, it's funny that Steve and I can both remember where we first heard about it. We were just talking about this the other day, where it's like I remember like all the Philly kids started doing like modeling stuff for it.
Oh yeah, like Turbo and
Turbo. Yeah.
In the shoot. Yeah.
Even Bill, you did some.
Yep. It's funny. Yeah, Jameer was in a lot of the earlier shoots too.
Yeah. I remember seeing stuff that he was doing. That's when I started following it because I was like, there's these like Gorecki pants or whatever. Like that stuff was my intro to it back then.
That's funny. That was my introduction to it as well. Was Jimmy Gorecki.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Like when I first got on Instagram, I was just trying to look at like skating and bulldogs, and I was like, oh, Jimmy Gorecki's still in the game. That's tight. What's he up to? Whatever. And then it was that pant, and I was like, well, what's this company? And then I was like, oh, this shit's cool. It's different, And then I guess I didn't realize it when I first saw it, but I'd actually known Antonio, who's our founder creative director, Antonio Chongli. I'd known him years past, like 2005, 2006.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah, we were like e-homies for like skate shoe stuff. Like, so
It's so funny how that shit works out,
we
right?
just like nerd out and like post pictures of like old actions and DCs, and yeah, and it wasn't until he saw something I had in my store and he was like, "You're that guy." Like, you know what I mean? I can't believe that we've known each other for that long. And then I'm kind of a hoarder, like, so in storage I had it was the 4-star, the swishies, the Mariana swishies. They're like gray with the white stripe.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
The Switch Crook 4-star ad. It was funny. I had a pair of those. I dug them out of storage, and Antonio was like, "Oh, I can't believe you have those." I was like, "Oh yeah, those are keepers." Got like a burn hole, some Bondo stains. But I held on them, and he was like, "What if we send them to India and we run like kind of like a sample of them with different materials or something, and I'll give you some sample pairs." And I was like, "I mean, that'd be incredible." A couple months later, they were on Vermont shooting something. It was like Antonio, the homie Tone, and German Nieves was out there as well. And he was like, he knew I was in Mass, so he was like, "Oh, if you want to come out to Vermont, I got the pants on me. You grab those samples, come skate, chill." So I was like, "Yeah, I'd be tight." So we drove up, met up, skated the courthouse spot in Burlington. Spot's kind of hard to skate. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Do anything, you know what I mean? They were killing it, and ended up going back to Antonio's house, and we were just chilling for a while. And then, a couple months down the road, it felt like there was some synergy there. We always joke about kindred spirits and like-mindedness. So when an opening kind of popped up and Antonio saw a way that maybe my past experience could contribute to the brand, that's when I came on board as a studio manager.
That's awesome. It's always these weird connections,
Yeah, it's a joke. The game is all connected,
It totally is.
Yeah. But it was cool. I'm a little older, so at this stage of my life, to land somewhere that's very relevant to my interests, and to be able to wholeheartedly contribute to something that I'm into, it's a beautiful thing and a blessing for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's at a brand that you're like excited to work for, not just like a job.
Right. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's truly, I don't know what the optics are like on the outside, but I mean, it's a small team, small but mighty, and we all wear a lot of hats. We're all just kind of figuring things out and doing what we can. The people I've been able to, I guess, work with and build with, I mean, the personal professional development is unrivaled, I guess, into any work history of mine. It's like just to be with the people that we're with now is a lovely thing. Finally got things dialed.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool just to see how the brand has evolved from when we started following it to now. Like as like an outsider perspective of even like, we're it's run by skaters, but we don't necessarily like promote the skate stuff, to now like having a full on skate program.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we appreciate the love for sure. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, like I said, Antonio, the creative director and founder, that's a lifer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's deep in the game for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It was ironic because when we first started messaging each other on Instagram, I was a customer, he's funny. He sent me, he DM'd me a photo of it was like a circle of Eric Costin 2 sneakers, and it was like a circle of them, and it was like a navy pair and like a gray and green pair. I don't remember what other ones, but then he sent me it was like a sketch of the line for like the next drop coming. And it was all the colors from the Costin shoes, right?
Yeah, see, those little tie-ins.
That's why I was into it. Like, I didn't know that was why, but there were certain colorways that I really liked, and to see that application or flip on that idea was like, oh, that's tight.
Yeah, even when you're not like directly referencing it, like you can see the skate influence in all of it. We can't escape it. Like it's who we are.
Sure.
And
so, being the creative director and founder, that's a huge, I guess, fraction of the pie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the time I was running the studio and doing the operations. And then at the time we had a gentleman named Scott, and he was doing a lot of the media, like the photo editing and stuff. And he grew up with Antonio in Burlington. So another snowboarder skater guy, close friend. So yeah, I mean, it's in the DNA,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, recently I think we just had the opportunity to make it a thing and incorporate some people that we really back, Marcello, Antonio, and B-Star, kind of the chosen trio, three amigos, so yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean, we've always kind of, as skaters, known like, oh, this brand, like, even if it's not like a skate brand or whatever, like, it's still run by people that skate, and it has that heritage. So we're like down for it no matter what.
Sure.
But now to like see it be embraced, where it's like, oh, we're making, this little run of boards with the logo, or putting some skaters on officially or whatever, like, definitely just sparks more interest and opens more eyes to it.
Yeah,
we love to see it.
Even beyond that, Antonio's art, like I think he's an art historian background and just appreciate for architecture and everything. There's just so many design elements incorporated.
Dude, when he goes on those stories and like explains all the little like intricate, I'm fucking there for it. Like, nice. Just eat it up. Like, I love that shit. Whenever I see he's got like, 15 stories in a row posted, I'm like, oh, here we go. Like, turn the sound up and let's, listen to this man teach.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess in the space that we exist in, a lot of people are trying to make moves too, right? So, it's nice when we're making moves that we feel are authentic and genuine to what we're into, that and it's well received. That's what more can we ask for?
Yeah, not just like, oh, we slapped a logo on a t-shirt, here you go.
Yeah. And just, I mean, it's just like I did, just like a video part, you never know, like all the hours put into to getting the clips, whatever, it's like, the amount of deliberation that goes in and just like the angle of a pocket or use a snap or a button or, what's the angle of the zipper or, the hood shape, how does this fabric drape? There's just so many things involved, that's like, there's just so much that goes into it, and then it's like you release it and then.
Yeah, it's funny. My wife, because she works on like the tech design side of fashion, she like anytime stuff comes in, she's looking at it and she's like, oh, that's like an interesting way to like, she nerds out on it too, which is kind of cool.
True. And we're blessed to have some really amazing relationships with our manufacturing partners in India. I mean, I think that's one thing, like he's really nurtured their growth and development as well. So it's like not just like the team here, but over in India with the partners over there. I mean, I think when they started, it was mostly traditional kurta style shirting or like pajama style gear, and then, we're doing full 3L technical outerwear now, I mean, they've come a long way and it's nice to be able to, we're grateful they've worked with us. Right. And
right.
Yeah.
This is, I guess, off topic, but on topic, that this stuff is all like each piece is individual. It's not just some blank I put my logo on this blank. Because I remember doing DOA and I did windbreakers. And it was just like, it was a stock windbreaker. But I remember seeing like Lakai when Mike Howard is still there or whatever, but putting out their line and I was like, that's the same windbreaker. Like it was an independent trading co. windbreaker.
Yes.
And I was just, I'm just like, oh my God, that's all they're doing. Because I figured before getting into any of that, I didn't know, like, but I was like, holy shit, that's like pick out of yep, I want that one from the catalog, put our logo on it, done. And it blew my mind. Like, I just put out, it's the same thing Lakai. Like I figured, they would make their own or something. And it was like, nope, just, blank. So it's real cool to see, like,
they're getting this AS color, whatever random hat.
Yeah, that it is like this is custom color. Put this in, want to fit this way, and it's really cool.
Shout out that ACG flip though. That was a good one. I remember that one. Yeah.
On the windbreaker, yeah.
On the DOA, that was.
Ray Knives. I remember it was like, so I don't even know if it was Ray's idea, but we were talking, or it might have been, and then Ray went and did it. He was like, yeah, I can do that. And it was,
yeah, we ran that one for a little bit.
It's funny talking about like the independent trading co stuff. I remember there was when there was like Rothko. It was like people put like Rothko 5 panels in the cargos and just like put like a label on them. That was like a thing. Yeah. It's a trip though. Like Antonio, when we think about like we look at like the old aesthetics and Elwood catalogs, You know, I mean,
Yeah.
what they were doing with the cut and sew was, you know, or like what Alyasha was doing with Alpha. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, because
wild to think about.
Aesthetics had the Planet Earth stuff, so it was like they
Okay.
already
That's when
had.
I remember you were posting some of that stuff in the stories. I was like, oh, these are some gems.
Yeah, I got a bunch of these.
The denims, the
Shout
carbon
out.
denims.
What's that?
Oh, you talking about the catalogs, the denims in that you
Oh,
have?
the catalogs. I don't have a lot of the jeans. I wish they don't make jeans like this anymore, man.
Yeah.
It's just the number of different jeans they were making per season.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But
wild.
these catalogs are crazy.
Yeah. It's funny to think about that too, back with like 4-star, you know, when there was like,
Yeah.
like when they were like real fresh, you know, like, yeah, there was,
Yeah, tons of like track pants and
yeah, just so much cut and sew, you know, just so much. Yeah.
This is the best one. So it's the woman's line.
Elwood?
Yeah. Yeah.
that's really funny.
They've evolved quite a bit. If you've seen like recent,
Oh,
I think
dude,
the
it's like,
licensing when the name was bought or something.
God, yeah, it's so bad
Yeah.
when you see those ads.
Yeah. It's always entertaining. You know?
Yeah, it's rough.
I think like WeSC is still around. I've been getting those ads lately. Man.
Yeah. This is. I was laughing. I posted that one the other
Outerwear?
day that they had a velour suit.
Yeah.
It is
That's
nuts. So
amazing.
they had Elwood and aesthetics, and this is just like insane amounts of clothing. Insane.
But that's when
Jeans.
skate shops were selling tons of clothes. Where it's like now they can't, they can't move skate clothes.
Now, is it
You know,
also because this stuff was cool, and it was also a different mindset. But this stuff was cool. Like this was. I remember back then, like this was better. Like I didn't want to get like a Nautica sweatshirt or something or whatever. Like I wanted an aesthetic sweatshirt. Like I actually wanted these things more than like I didn't want Guess jeans anymore. I wanted aesthetics jeans or Elwood jeans. Like they were just better almost. Like they like skate shoes back then when skate shoes were sick. And like I know they don't hold up now. Like you look at them, you're like, "This is a moon boot," but they were cooler than Nikes almost, like Air Maxes or something. It's like, no, I want my actions. Like I want to wear my actions out.
Well, yeah, I bought all my clothes from the skate shop.
yeah.
I mean, I worked there, so it just made sense. But still, I was, head to toe in whatever brand we were dealing, like Ezekiel and shit. Like I wore tons of that stuff
True.
when like Carrie was on.
We were big on 4-star at our shop. I feel like he was cool about letting us put orders in and hooking us up.
Yeah, that was the best part. I'm like, oh, the shop's only ordering these 4 styles, but I was like, I'm going to order this and this and this and this for myself.
And then sometimes it'd come the color be craze or a fit all craze, and it would sit, and then he'd be like annoyed. You know. But, I mean, shout out Brian though. A lot of good memories at Concrete Wave out in Worcester, man. Hold on, I thought I was plugged in, but
It fall out of
Man.
there we go.
So I guess is there any new any 18E skate stuff coming up, or was that just like is that just
No, it's funny you say that. Marcello just in here grabbing some gear, but I think they're all breaking out to Italy.
damn.
Yeah, they're doing something. I'm not sure if it's gonna be anyone else involved. I don't recall. It's funny. I just been dealing with the ASICS drop and trying to make sure people get the goods. You know.
Yeah, dude, we definitely got to talk about that too. Like,
True. That was our first, I guess.
yeah, I remember you showing us like boxes and boxes of shoes coming in that you have to individually.
Yeah, that was. Shout out the team though. I mean, they brainstormed and problem solved, and the problems were solved. But it was many pairs of shoes, and what it is our 3PL warehouse is you have to have certain requirements as far as the barcoding and the stickering and the packaging and everything, and so ASICS wasn't able to accommodate those requests by the time that we needed to for the shipping and everything. So everything came to the studio here, and we just printed out and stickered everything individually here,
Man,
and then shipped everything back to the warehouse for fulfillment for most of the stock. And then we also had the LA pop up going right now, so we had to kind of split that up as well and get their stock to them.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But everything got sent to you guys in the studio first.
Yes. And then on top of
That's
that,
a lot of pairs of shoes,
right? So like in addition to like the sales, then we had like a certain amount allotted for friends and family, So that was another abundance of boxes,
Yeah, appreciate that one.
Oh
They're
yeah,
so good.
yeah. I was trying to think of you guys. Not much. We always joke at the studio, like there's not much content relevant to our interests these days. It's funny seeing like the coolest parts of the '90s, cool parts of the 2000s, or like you said, just talking shit about whatever's going on. It's like it's just funny to see like-minded content still out here. At least it's good.
Which is cool. It's cool when you run into like, it's a funny thing because when I grew up skating, like skating wasn't cool. Like 90s, 94, 95, like skating wasn't popular. There's people who skated, people who loved skating, but if there was 2 kids in your school or something who skated, then like that was a lot. But it was cool, and at the time it's kind of like, not that it's like, I wish everybody skated, but it's cool when you can run into somebody else and it's like, you get it, we get it. These other people don't get it. Awesome. I'm not crazy. There's other people who, can still, you can talk about these things with. So it's totally even present day now to go back. It's, because skating's changed so much. So it's really cool to have people to talk to about like, this was the stuff that was cool. And like, oh yeah, I remember that, because that was the best time in my opinion. Everybody's going to have their time, I guess, but those early 90s, mid 90s. And so it is cool to know, there's still people out there that also still appreciate those times in skating. I'm going to cry now. But yeah, it's just, it is.
But it's funny too, because, even being complete strangers, like, but just having just that innate, like, oh yeah, it's like, man, read my mind. Like,
Yeah, immediately like,
what I
have
was
this
thinking.
thing.
And, or if not, it's like, oh yeah, that is a good way to look at it. Like, all right, I'm feeling that.
Yeah, like maybe I don't hate this as much as I thought I did.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's funny,
there's a lot of parts of it now.
Like I had we can't do the switching 80 manis no more. I was like, oh man, that's my only mani trick. What am I gonna do?
Blame Ross on that one.
He's the best too, man. It was so funny because he's like, that doesn't count. I'm like, Ross, look, you always send me stuff. Look, I got a line. He's like, that's not a real trick. I was like, oh, come on. Thanks, Ross. But it's good looking out too. Like, all right, cool. I won't do it anymore.
No,
I won't film it and show it to you. I mean, do whatever,
We gotta work what we got, but
I was gonna say, shit,
at
this age, I'm taking whatever I can get.
Yeah, especially on 2 wheels,
Yeah, we were just looking. We just found a new mani pad spot, and I'm like, cool. I got like 3 mani tricks I can do. Let's see which one of those 3 I can film for this part.
It's funny. We got mani pad spots out in New England, but they're all long. I'm like, we need like a short pad, man. I can't be holding it like this.
Yeah, we have a bunch of the downhill ones here. I guess it's like in the city there's cellar doors, and on Long Island there's downhill pads.
Yeah, I was gonna say you took me to that one, and then there's Rosalind right there.
Yeah, there's Rosalind, and there's another one that I saw these kids skating that's out east somewhere. That one looks like perfect, like new parking lot and everything. So that looks good.
Is the Roslyn one like a lot harder to skate than it looks? It's like a gap in the middle or some crack or something.
No, well, they repaved part of it. Like they redid it, so there's one part that's like brand new. The part that Gino would skate, with Gino just skated the one when he did the the no comply back to what is that, a 43 or whatever, before my time. But when he did that to manual down it, that's the rugged part. Like you have to pop out, you have to go over the crack and the curb, and like that's super rugged because they never fix that. So that's even worse than it used to be. But
yeah, I figured something like that with a place like that.
Yeah, that one's like.
Yeah, you can tell it's kind of it's weathered.
Yeah, you'd be like, he's not skating that part. Like, yeah. But there's that. I think that one is just bigger than most of them. Like, just actually, like, height-wise and everything. Like, it's a long pad. Where the other ones are, like, shorter. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out your mini game, though, Steve. I see you holding it out here.
I wish I could get 10 years of my life back. Sometimes it's a struggle. I skate this shit pad now, too. Like, it's down the block from my house. So I'll go there. And it's literally, like, not smooth on top. Like, the concrete's all broken up on the top. And I wonder, like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm not making anything easy for me. This is, like... Yeah. Rosalind's cool. We used to skate it... What's that?
No. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, we used to skate Rosalind before hearing, like, of Gino going there. we would go and just do tricks into it. And yeah, and then we saw like, oh my god, Gino did, nollie half cab flip switch manual, which is insane. Like right there, that blew any trick, and then switchbacks 180 the second half, which is crazy. Like that was already light years ahead of anything, But we were like, you can skate it as a manual, and then we started skating it as a manual. Like we didn't even think to do that. So it was like kind of funny. Like holy shit,
Yeah, that was a banger.
The back 3 manual is insane.
Yeah. Anything else, guys? Or we?
No, we can definitely. I think we can put a pin in it for here, but we can always do this again.
Word. Yeah, I hope there's some usable material. If not,
Yeah,
Stories for days.
we here.
Awesome, cool. All right, so I guess anybody out there, check out 18 East, right? Lots of cool clothes.
18east.co. No com. So 18east.
Look at that. Does that throw people off?
I'm not sure. You remember like Western Edition was Western Edition TV forever?
TV,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what's up there. But sometimes I'm
Yeah,
like,
if you Google it, it comes up right away.
sometimes I'm like, maybe it sticks in their mind because it's something different. No M,
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Thanks for the plug.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, if you're in New York, go check out the studio. Say what's up to Nam.
Tuesday through Thursday.
Now that I finally got to,
Yeah.
it's like repping the brand for however long, and finally got to the studio to check it out not that long ago.
It's funny. My first time coming to the studio, I came to pick up an online order and they oversold it. I remember coming out here, driving out here, and they didn't have the shit I came to pick up. I'm like, oh my god.
That's awesome.
But they were cool about it. It was just
Yeah,
fun.
shit happens.
Yeah. Little did I know that would be a little insight into potential future of getting things straightened out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm just let me hit stop.
But yo, you gotta break out and I gotta break out. World for life.